Hi friends, this is Robin. Welcome to Robin Studio 21. I'm so glad you've joined me today. I am looking forward to sharing with you the items that I made from the Country Craft Creations Paper Pantry. A few months ago, I did a video on my unboxing, just a quick video of showing the items that were in the Paper Pantry kit. And I want to show you my finished projects. It's so amazing. This is a huge album to share with you. And then I have a notebook journal to share with you as well. So let me show you this amazing mini album. If you're not familiar with Country Craft Creations, they are out of Utah. They do classes in their store, and they also do retreats. You can do virtual retreats, which I have done last year at Christmas time. I did their Christmas retreats, and you get so much paper and so many amazing projects from their designers. Country Craft Creations is just such a fun outlet. If you love to make mini albums or cards, different things like that, that's the things that they focus on, is mini albums, and that's why I just love to participate in their retreats. I've only done virtual retreats, and this Paper Pantry, if you're not familiar, Tamara designs a album or a project 4 times a year. This is the first one. This was it was sent to me, I would say April, and that's when I did the video of showing the unboxing. The next Paper Pantry should be coming out, I believe, this month in July, and I'm looking forward to getting that project. And you get so much paper that I'm going to show you some additional things that I have made using the paper collection from this. But let me get into this and show you this amazing mini album. It is huge, and I will just give you the measurements in just a moment. But this is the side view. It's hard to even get it in all of the camera. The back view. This paper collection Tamara has designed herself. It's only available through Country Craft Creations. The paper collection is called April Showers. I had to think of what it was called. April Showers. Let me give you a measurement on this book, on this amazing album. So 7.5 by 9. So this is made with chipboard, pattern paper, and then solid papers as well. So let me just give you a peek at what this is. In the kit, you get all these cut aparts, this lovely ribbon to work with. Let me show you what I have on the outside cover. So I have a couple of the cut aparts. The pattern paper was beautiful. I didn't want to cover it up too much. I have got this adorable little chicken that I have popped up. It may be a little bit hard to tell, but I popped up the chicken. I popped up this butterfly. Turn it a little bit, you can see. So that is the front cover of this. And the lace is just beautiful. Okay, let me see if I can get this all into the camera as I open up. Look how much room you have here. So it might be tricky to get all of this. So here we have a box. This box right here fits another album. And let me pull this album out so I can share this with you. This little album is just lovely. So again, the beautiful pattern papers. And then the inside right here, look at this cute little, I think he's a little mole. I'm sure he does a lot of damage to yards, but he's sure cute here. We have a couple spots For photos here, this is the name of the collection, April Showers. And then inside here, look how fun this is. It opens up just like that. These are a few of the cut aparts that were in the collection that we placed here. We did some embossing, and of course we used our own embossing folders for this. This could pick anything from your stash and anything looks great. I cannot give you the details on how to make this book because it was a tutorial through Country Craft Creations, but I can give you a sneak peek of this fun little book, and look how fun this is. This one right here opens up like that, and again we used our embossing folder for the paper. So the only thing that we add is, of course, our glue, we use our paper trimmers. We also used the whatever color of backing, the solid to make the book, we use that paper. We do get the chipboard to make the big book, but we use our own, because some people did white, some people even did a blue backdrop. I did the craft color of paper. You can see the craft color paper. That was from my stash. So look at this page. Again, we have a couple of the cut aparts right here. What a fun little album to go in this big album. So let's set that aside and continue with this beautiful album. So we added some of the lace trim right here. And then this opens up. Let me see if I can give you a view. So it lifts up just like that. And we have a couple areas for photos right there. So it lifts up and then comes back down. So much fun. And then it opens up just like this. So on this side, we have a pocket. And right here, we have a pocket with, these are called, oh, I forget what, policy envelopes. And Tamara showed us how to make these fun policy envelopes. So we could put photographs or tags or any items in here, and then it just tucks right underneath this piece of ephemera right there with the ladybug. It tucks right back into the pocket. Again, we have a little bit of lace. I have a paper clip here because I wasn't sure if I was going to add a little piece. Let me open it up right here and I can show you. So again, just so much wonderful information. Let's come over to this side. So this side, again, look at these gorgeous papers. They're just gorgeous. So we have two flaps, the open here, and the reason I have the paper clip here, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to glue this in or not. And so I just had that paper clipped right there. Some people put the paper here for a photo spot, but I just leave it blank. And then if anybody wants to put a photograph on there, they can. So again, let me bring you over to this side. So again, we have a pocket right here. So this pocket holds a couple more policy envelopes. This one is held down by a cute little mug right there. And look at that cute little ladybug pattern paper on the inside. So that one just tucks right behind our mug. And then here's another policy envelope. I flip it over. And then I just cut out some flowers. That was from one of the paper collections that I did cut that out and add some inking to it. And again, look at these cute chickens. They're so fun. So that's the inside of that policy envelope. And again, you could add photos. You could add little notes in here. So fun. And again, here is the beautiful pattern paper. Now I got to show you what's going on with this. Let me bring this down. So this is going to lift up just like that. Let me bring it down so you can see that. Again, this album is just huge. So fun. And then I'll bring you right up here. So I can lift this up, and I don't know if you're even going to see, maybe if I tip a little bit sideways, but look at this open up. So if I open it up here, you've got photo opportunities. You could put photos there, bring it up, photos down on this area, and oh, it just keeps going. We're going to open it up one more time. And again, it's like this accordion kind of a opening. It's so much fun. Bring it up like here, and we have these darling little ladybugs right here. And oh, we even go a third time. We go a third time. We're going to lift that up. Photo opportunities. Look at that. So 1, 2, and 3. And that's so much fun. And the flap closes there. This is where our policy envelopes tuck in right here. Right there. And then we close this flap. And again, remember this one has the fun kind of accordion type opening. And there's a magnet right there, if you hear that. That's the only place I have put a magnet in this album. So right here, here's that pocket. We're going to add our mini album that I showed you. It tucks right in there. And this box was made with chipboard. Tamara showed us how to make that. It's so fun. It closes up. Again, just a view of the side, the pattern papers, and the back view. So much fun. So after we made this fun little album, Tamara showed us an additional project, because like I said, when you get the paper for these collections, she sent us a full pack of 12 by 12 paper and also a pack of 8 by 8 paper along with cut aparts. So there was so much paper to work with, and I still have a lot to work with. I'll show you what I have left, that I have so much more things to make. Okay, so then she showed us how to make these adorable little notebooks. So again, just use the pattern paper, and I used, I would say, the 8 by 8 paper collection. This book was made with mostly the 12 by 12 paper collection. Not all of it, but mostly the 12 by 12. But this was made with the 8 by 8 paper collection. And oh, I just love these beautiful papers right here. Okay, so this has a magnetic closure. So it opens up like that. Just like that. And then this side opens. And then there is a spot where we added a little pocket here. And so I went ahead and made my own tags using the paper collection. And then I just used some blue cardstock from my stash that I thought matched. Used my own ribbon and twine to give it a little bit of a flair. So those go in there. So great to add notes on the back of here. You could even write your favorite quote, your favorite little scripture on the back of that. That would be so beautiful to add. And then this is where we open up this side. And then here is where we have a notebook. There's just this notepad that is right here. Now this notepad can slide right out, so it can be replaced. And this notepad will come with an additional notebook that will be able to, I'm going to be putting 2 notepads with this, so there'll already be a replacement for this notepad when I add it to my Etsy shop. So again, it just slides right in here, so it can be replaced with any notebook you have that fits the dimensions right here. So on this side, it comes with 2 pens. There's a pen holder here, and I have 2 pens right there. And then also there's a little pocket here. You can put a business card in here. It fits that. But I went ahead and just made this adorable little tag to go in that little pocket. Again, favorite poem, favorite phrase that you like to put on the back of that. And there's a pocket right here. And again, I added another one of those really fun tags to that. So I had so much fun using this paper collection that I went ahead and made another notebook. So this video is just going to go on a little bit more. So because my notepad that I showed you in here, we just used a notepad from our stash, but my notepad was a little bit smaller. And so I thought it would be really fun to make a smaller book that fits that notebook a little bit better. So this is it. And it's actually almost the same, other than it's just 1 inch shorter. And I didn't give you the dimensions. I didn't give you the dimensions of this little notebook. Sorry, I keep sliding my chair and it's noisy. So about 4.5 by 6.5. And this one is the same, 4.5. Well, yeah, about 4.5 by 5.5. So I just designed this just following that tutorial, but just shortened the book just a little bit. Kept the magnetic closure, and it opens up just like that. Again, I have a pocket here, and this time I took a couple of the little cut aparts, the hat and the cup. I cut them out. I fussy cut those hat and the cup, and I added them to that pocket. I made a couple more tags and just used some solid colored cardstock to add that I had in my stash. Look how cute these tags are. They're adorable. The pattern paper is so lovely. Right there. Okay, so this just opens up like this. Now, because the book was a little bit shorter, this pocket right here is a little bit shorter. So it wouldn't fit a business card, but I still made a cute little pocket for this adorable tag. Look at the cherry pie. Yummy. And then again, I used a die from my stash for that. Let me grab that and show you that die. Okay, here is the die set that I used to make my tags. And I just, any tag set, long tag set that you have would, you know, is just really fun to make tags with. Now, you can see on this tag, it's shorter. So I just cut the top and then just cut it off at the bottom, and then just rounded the corners to give it a fun look. But I love the stitch detail on these tags. So, and that, I've just had this in my stash for years and years, and I'm, you know, that's what I grabbed to use. So again, that just goes right in the pocket here. I've got 2 pins right here in this pocket. And of course I added another tag right here that will go right in that corner pocket right there. And then here is where the notebook sits. And that's why I just made it just a little bit shorter. And this notepad, again, will just come with 2 notepads. So it can be replaced. And again, this just slides out so easily. And then you can just slide another notepad right in there very easily. So much fun. This side goes in first. There, and then that's where it attaches to the magnet. So fun. Okay, I couldn't stand it. I had to make another one. I wanted to kind of create my own design, a simple, a little bit different design. And so it's really similar to what what Tamara has done with her notepads. I did end up purchasing some larger notepads from Amazon. And so this one again, this one measures, let me find my ruler. This one measures about 5 1/4 by 6 1/2. So that's the measurement of this one. And it was just a little bit plain up here. So I added some of this cheesecloth right there, along with a die cut leaf. I added some twine on here, and then just a handmade flower. And I thought that looked so pretty on there. So again, magnetic closure, opens up just like this. Now this one is a little bit different than the others. I designed it just with an opening just like that. So on this side, I wanted to create that pocket. Again, I have a couple of the fussy cut images right here that I glued on. It almost just looks like the paper, doesn't it? So here's the tags. And again, this time I grabbed the green, some green solid cardstock that I had in my stash. Added some white lace, added the twine up there. So much fun. So the 2 tags that you can write something on. And then here is the notebook. So this notebook has 60 pages. So it's thicker than the other ones. And then, so again, this one pulls out so it can be replaced if needed. But again, this one has 60 pages. So the other ones, the smaller ones, have just 30. So that one slides right in there. And then this time I wanted to make a pen holder. Let me bring this up so you can see this. So that is our pen holder. And I bought some fun pins that would go with the collection. And it just pops out just like that. And then here's the pin. And of course it just has that little ball on the tip that would be pulled off when the recipient gets it. It can be pulled off so that it's just protecting the ink right there. So that just slides right into the little pen holder. And if you're interested in a tutorial on this, I will be happy to teach you how to make that one, because this was so much fun to make. But I am going to make a bunch of these notepads because they were so much fun to make. I don't know if I even gave you a side view. This is the top view. It can even just sit on your desk. It's all made with cardstock and pattern paper. So no chipboard in this one. So this is the side view and the back view of this one. If I showed you the back of our little one right here. So we just have some of this beautiful pattern paper on there. But that's the projects that I made with the paper pantry. Now let me grab the paper collection to show you how much paper I still have. Let me grab that. Okay. I can't wait to show you all of this paper that I still have left after making that great big mini album. It's not a mini album, it's an album. It's big. That album and also the little notebooks. We were given this green solid paper to work with, and I just have just a few little bits left. So you can see all my scraps here that I have been playing with, working with. I still have these cut aparts, but I want to show you if I can get underneath all of my little scraps right here. All of these little scraps I don't throw away until I'm all done making items with this collection. So here is, oh, let me show you this. Here is the 8x8 cut aparts, and these are a few that I have already cut out. You can see that I've already utilized that. So the cover sheet of the collection, that's where I use the April showers. I did use that in one of my projects, in the big project. So this is you can see all the different pattern papers. So much fun. So this and I can still show you, this is my 8x8, and I still have all of these papers to work with that I can make something. So you get so much paper. And again, I've got some scraps here. I'm going to move these really quick out of the way. And again, I just don't throw my scraps away yet. And this is, well, this is a piece of the 12x12. I've just cut a little bit off the top. But this is the 12x12 paper. And look, oh, there's the cut aparts. There is the cut apart sheet. And I just used a little bit off of this one as well, right there. And then I still have all of these papers to work with that I can make things with. I even have a piece of lightweight chipboard as well. This is the cover sheet. So April Showers is the collection. So I have so much. So Paper Pantry, like I said, it's 4 times a year. And this project is done for this year. There's another project in July. That would be the summer collection. And I was able to sign up for the whole year for all 4 collections. I think the summer collection is full, but if this is something that interests you, check out Country Craft Creations, because they are going to have a spot for the Christmas or the fall and their Christmas paper pantry. So if that's something that interests you, go over and check it out. I will send a link to their website. And if you're interested in doing virtual retreats, I don't work for Paper Pantry. I'm not one of their designers. I'm just a customer who loves their projects. And so I just want to share with you. So we were also given this little pouch right here when we got the Paper Pantry. There's this birdhouse right here, which I actually didn't utilize. Some people used it in their album. But I of course, will keep it. This is how our ribbon came on this adorable little spool. And then these are the cut aparts that we got in this collection. So they just coordinate, of course, with all of the images that are in the papers. So I've used some of these, but I still have all of this fun paper to work with, and I'm going to keep working through it and designing some more fun things. So the last thing I want to show you before I go, I made a couple of cards with this collection that I want to show you. Now, you can see I have lots of pieces of these little scraps, and again, I haven't thrown these away yet, because let me show you what I have made. I'm going to move all of this out of the way so that you can see. Like I said, I have these little scraps that I hang on to, and I have some thin ones and some wide ones. Usually I make them a little thinner than this, but what I have done is I've made these 2 cards right here. So if you look at the background, I just took a piece of cardstock and I glued these strips of paper, so it gave a really fun background. And then of course I just cut off the excess, mounted it with some blue solid paper, and then this is one of the cut aparts from the collection that I added. And then I went ahead and added again some cheesecloth on there. This is just one of my die cuts, and I have twine, and then this is just a flower that I have made that I had in my stash. So I made this card, and then on the inside I just took some of those strips of paper to add a fun little interest to the inside. And this card could be used for any occasion, birthday, thinking of you, any type of card. So I did that card, and I'll probably make more cards like this, because I have these strips that I'll use. And here's the other one. I utilized this cute little mole right here with the bird bath. So cute. Again, this was one of the cut aparts, And if you look at the different patterns, I've got some thicker pieces and some thinner ones. I've got some little ladybugs down here, but it all coordinates together. It all looks so fantastic. I love the look of these cards. And again, they can be used on any occasion. So, and then I just took a couple strips of the pattern paper on the inside of the card, and the back is just blank. But anyway, just wanted to show you another thing that you can do if you have scraps left from your projects. These are cards that are easy to make. I will leave a link down below to Country Craft Creations if you want to check out their website, because they offer some amazing things for crafters. Anybody who likes to play with paper would enjoy their site. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel today, and I hope you all have a wonderful crafty day. Bye!